to Sports Some More show trying to get at Reg or calling in
Yes,
to
that's
Sports
right.
Done Right, just kicking it with the Gov. You know what I mean?
Hey, and we appreciate it, Fish, man. And, of course, everybody, listen for this man. Follow him on Spreaker. Check him out on xsquadaffiliates.com as well. Big Fish, thanks for dropping in tonight, man. Make sure you hang out. I got some NFL news here, and then we're going to get on out of here, my brother.
No doubt, bro. I'm gonna crank it up as soon as you shut it down.
All right, I'm going to do that. All right, Fish, I'll let you get prepped,
All right,
man.
man.
Have a good one.
Good show, bro.
Okay, peace. Ladies and gentlemen, John Fisher. Patty cake, microwave. The one and only John Fisher. Got some NFL news coming up for you. We're going to get on out of here. So let me do this. Let me get through the NFL news. We're going to finish out with nothing but chats, and we are going to get on out the way here. So from NBCSports.com, Minnesota Vikings fans like myself are very happy. Hitman Harry Harrison signs a new multi-year deal. And if you are a Vikings fan, this is a huge, huge signing because this cat can play. So according to someone close with knowledge to the deal, the contract has a 5-year annual pay of $10.25 million and a 3-year average of $10.75 million. That's more than $10 million annual average arising from the Earl Thomas deal in Seattle, but it's less than the 10.8 that chief guy, Eric Berry guy, that chief guy, listen to me, is due to make in 2016. So congratulations to Hitman Harry. $10 million of that. I'm just trying to look to see what the guarantee was on that. So of that $28 million, oh, here we go. The guarantee is $15.2 million. So congratulations to Harrison Smith, Minnesota Vikings safety. We call him Hitman Harry after that lick that he put on in that first game against Colin Kaepernick. I'm sure it's out there on YouTube. But congratulations. This is a big signee because this kid can play some D-back. He hits. He closes the field. He's got some interceptions and just what our Minnesota Vikings need. So congratulations to Harrison Smith on getting some money. Aqib Talib, what are you doing? Did you shoot yourself? Or like Biggie said, who shot you? You need a pardon for the sports governor? Man, we don't know what's going on here, but Mike Kliss, K-L-I-S, of 9news.com in Denver, and this comes from Mike Florio, his article, NBCSports.com. The Broncos cornerback had told people close to him that he accidentally shot himself. And before I get out of here, we got a new guy in the room, one of our old listeners, the one and only Tank Murdoch from Kentucky, joining us. What up, Tank? I had to make sure I get you in there before we get out of here tonight. Welcome aboard, big guy. Now, police are still investigating this situation. They do believe Talib was shot at a Dallas nightclub where 2 others were shot. Talib told police he was hanging out with friends. Regardless of how this happened, Kliss reports that the Broncos expect Talib to miss the rest of the offseason program with this wound. So the fun continues in Denver in the offseason. Speaking of Denver, their former quarterback, or actually, let me finish up on the previous story. Broncos didn't believe that Talib will be facing charges. That's the other thing that they wanted to get out there as well. They're saying it's not a Plaxico Burress type of situation. We'll see. Osweiler, the former quarterback, Brock Osweiler, likes what he sees down in Texas. The chemistry between Osweiler and Pro Bowl wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins is starting to click, apparently. Although the true litmus test is the Texans' new passing connection will unfold this fall. Osweiler and Hopkins are starting to build some good timing and rapport, which obviously they're going to need here to make this thing work. Hopkins displayed a penchant for acrobatic one-handed catches during his breakthrough season last year. 6'1", 218 pounds, large hands. He's very explosive. And Osweiler is learning rapidly that he can deliver the football anywhere close to Hopkins, supposedly, and he's going to go get it. As he calls him Hop. Hop is a very unique receiver, Osweiler said. He's a wide receiver you love to have on your side. With him, I don't know if there's really anything that's not catchable as long as you put it in bounds. That's very comforting as a quarterback. He's always saying, just throw it up, I'll go get it. So we'll see what happens there. Sad news coming out of the Buffalo Bills organization. Bruce Smith, the former Hall of Famer, admits he's in daily pain and forgets things. This came from Darren Gant's article. At a time when the NFL is only beginning to listen to people with different ideas on pain management, one of the greatest players of all time offered yet another reminder to us, folks. Oh, boy. Via Tyler Dunn of the Buffalo News, caught up with the Hall of Famer. So Bruce Smith says he has daily reminders of his physical pain, along with his moments he's reminded of the other impacts of nearly 20 years of football. Quote, there's not a day that goes by that I'm not in pain, Smith said. Multiple joints and things I experience on a daily basis. It can be very frustrating sometimes and very painful, but I'm blessed. For almost 20 years, he wreaked havoc on the NFL fields. He is the NFL's all-time leader in sacks with 200. But that came at a cost. He says he's not going to sit here. He's not one to complain. While I did not know the severity of the continuous head traumas or what it could do to an individual and the mind and so forth, I'm not going to sit here and complain. I'm very blessed to be standing here, Bruce says. So keep Bruce Smith in your thoughts. Unfortunately, it seems yet another victim to the traumas of football. Jets quarterback, Mr. Ryan Fitzpatrick, is not interested in a one-year, $12 million deal. This is coming from Mike Florio again. The Jets and quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick continue to find agreement in their disagreement. Fitzpatrick reportedly now willing to take the $12 million for 1 year that the Jets reportedly are not now willing to pay. And that's the word from Manish Mata of the New York Daily News. So says here, no surprise, the pending 3-year offer that would pay Fitzpatrick $12 million in the first year has 2 extra years attached to it in order to lessen the 2016 cap charge. So they're still going back and forth in New York. Be interested to see what happens here. 2 months away from training camp. So keep your eye on the Fitzpatrick situation. We're back to Brock Osweiler refusing to go to the White House with Denver to say what up to President Obama. While his former Broncos teammates basked in the glory of their Super Bowl crown with President Obama, Osweiler was grinding Monday like a man who has truly turned the page. No, Osweiler didn't skip the White House trip like others have in the past as a political statement. Yet in opting to hit the field on the first day of voluntary OTA practices with his new team, the Houston Texans, the $72 million, say that again, $72 million quarterback got to work. He says, I don't care what the label is. Bottom line is we're in the helmets and we're practicing and we're in the meeting room taking football. So a lot of people thought that this was some type of political protest. I'm not really sure. But Osweiler passing up. And, before we get out of here, folks, it would not be a football update without Johnny Manziel, right? Of course not. Hey, Vince Wright here. Sports Done Right is my show. Make sure you're listening on Wednesdays on SME. The Sports Gov, Sports Done Right, SME. 3 things that go great together. And that was a complete mistake, by the way. Hit the wrong button there. But, yeah, make sure you check us out on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, Sports Done Right. and on Facebook as well. Johnny Manziel sued for alleged house damages in a 6-figure lawsuit. Are you kidding me, man? Oh my goodness, man. He gets away with everything. Former Cleveland Brown quarterback Johnny Manziel, check this out, he allegedly used a fake name and made other intentional, and this is in quotes, intentional misrepresentations with no regard for the truth when he rented a home in Southern California and caused nearly $30,000 in damage, according to a lawsuit filed in L.A. this week. Manziel went by Travis at the time he rented the house in early April from LA Exotic Life, a company that specializes in renting exotic villas, vehicles, and jets, things like that, according to its website. Manziel stayed in the home from April 4th to April 6th. Oh, he was only here for a few days and agreed to limit the number of people in the house at any one time to 15. Lawsuit is seeking total damages of more than $100,000. And I guess TMZ was the first to report that. An attorney for LA Exotic Life owner Nicholas Goodwin says a number of his guests were consuming drugs and alcohol on the property. They caused a disturbance to the neighborhood, which resulted in the Los Angeles police being called to the property on the morning of April 6th. Oh, boy, it just gets better with this kid, doesn't it? Use and possession of narcotics on the premises. Lawsuit itemized the list of alleged just about $30,000 itemized. They're asking $16,500 for new carpet. Broke a $3,000 glass table. Oh, Johnny, what are you doing? What are you doing? Folks, some people get away with it. Some people get away with it. Let Teddy Bridgewater rent a house in Southern California. Act the fool, see what happens. All right, folks, let me get in this chat here. We are a little bit over now, so I'm going to get out of the way. Folks, thank you so much. Stagger Lee, can the judge from the Stanford swimmer verdict take over to Roger Goodell since he died? Oh, yeah, the infamous somebody hacked the NFL's Twitter system and said the old commission passed away. Grego says, I'm no Osweiler fan, but I think he's a good player. RC says, if I'm the Jets, I tell Fitzpatrick to kick rocks. Geno Smith, that is, will do just fine now that he finally has some receivers and a running back. RC, very good point. Very good point. Grego says, Matt Ryan sighting on my television, throwing precise passes in shorts and helmets. No defensive pressure, though. Of course not. All right, folks. Well, we're going to wrap it up here. I'm sorry I wasn't able to get to a little bit more of the chat room, but what can I say? Again, I want to thank you live from the Situation Room deep in the bunker at the Executive Mansion. I am Minnesota Sports Governor Vince Wright. You know who I am. And it has been another great show here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. I can't wait to talk to you guys again. Make sure you listen. And thank you so much for checking out the Sports Governor. Wendy. Oh, I forgot to give Wendy some props. Wendy was a late show edition. So what up to the lovely Wendy out there? Thank you for joining us as well. To the House of Representatives out there, otherwise known as the chat room, and to everybody who listens to the show live, who may not call in, who may not get in this chat room, I appreciate you as well. So thank you guys for checking me out. I want to thank Sluggo Grego, the Chief Rocker, my mom Reese Bell, Wendy, the First Lady Angie Wright, RC, Broncos Boy, Bama Boy, Stagger Lee. Who else am I forgetting out here? Wendy Whoopi, we got her. Tank Murdoch, my main man from the great state, the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Ninja, I think I saw in here earlier. I hope so. Hey, man, keep doing what you're doing. Be safe in them streets out there. Continue to support the X Squad affiliates. Continue to support your sports governor. I am Vince Wright, and we are done.
Unconquered, unbound, undefeated. You finally got it right. Sports Done Right. Check us out right here on Spreaker every Tuesday night with your host, the big smooth Vince Wright. You can keep up with all the latest breaking sports news and commentary by joining the Sports Done Right group chat on Facebook. It's about time you got your sports done right.